In this video, we are going to talk about Jupiter in the sign of Gemini. We are also going to talk about the three nakshatras in Gemini: Mrigshira, Punarvasu, and Ardra, and Padas. So, if you are interested, keep watching. Namaste and welcome to Pramanik Astrology channel. I'm your host Prasad Mahazani. Help you raise your vibrations and become your true self with the help of Vedic astrology. Jupiter into the sign of Gemini. What is Jupiter? We have already made a separate video on Jupiter. Jupiter is one of the most benefic planet of the chart. It shows abundance, surplus, positivity, wisdom, values, teachings, guru, and higher beliefs, religion, spirituality, all that is good, abundant, surplus, wealth is Jupiter. You are getting ahead in life. All this can be seen with Jupiter. That's why Jupiter is the most benefic planet. If you want to know in detail about this, we have made a separate video on that. I will put a link into the description section. Now let us talk about the sign of Gemini. Sign of Gemini has three nakshatras: Mrigshira nakshatra, Ardra nakshatra, and Punarvasu nakshatra. Mrigshira nakshatra has last two padas into the sign of Gemini. The first pada into the sign of Gemini, which is the third pada of the Mrigshira nakshatra, falls into the Libra namancha, and the fourth one falls into the Scorpio namancha. Okay, Mrigshira is the nakshatra which seeks information, and the aim of this nakshatra is to get the moksha. Now when Jupiter comes into this nakshatra, it gives them information related to spirituality. These people seek information about spirituality and they get it because of the involvement of Jupiter in it. Next nakshatra in this sign is Ardra nakshatra. Ardra nakshatra, the deity is Rudra and it is ruled by Rahu. The Dasha ruler is Rahu, and it has four padas. All four padas fall in the sign of Gemini. The first pada is the Sagittarius namancha. When you have Jupiter into the Ardra nakshatra first pada, it goes into the Sagittarius namancha. And here Jupiter feels comfortable because now it is into its own namancha. Okay. When Jupiter goes into the second pada of Ardra nakshatra's second pada goes into the Capricorn namancha. So now Jupiter gets debilitated here. In the sign of Gemini, it's into the Mercury ruled sign. Now it is going into the sign of debilitation. So you have to look for the cancellation of this debilitation. Before you can conclude that it is debilitated, you have to look for the cancellation of debilitation. And even after applying those rules of cancellation of the debilitation, if it is debilitated, then you will have to work on the areas signified by the Jupiter. Third pada of the Ardra nakshatra is ruled by Aquarius. Aquarius is ruled by Saturn. And here Jupiter gives mixed results because it is not exalted and depends upon the placement of Saturn as well. If Saturn is conjunct with this Jupiter in the Ardra nakshatra third pada, then this Jupiter will give excellent results. Next, the fourth pada of the Ardra nakshatra is Pisces namancha. Now here Jupiter feels comfortable. Jupiter will give you spiritual inclination and all those benefic qualities of the Jupiter to your chart when it is placed into this sign. Now next is Punarvasu nakshatra. Punarvasu nakshatra, Dasha ruler is Jupiter, so it is ruled by Jupiter. And now when Jupiter comes in here, he feels comfortable because it is into its own nakshatra. Now the first pada of the Punarvasu nakshatra is Aries. So when you have Jupiter into the sign of Gemini in Punarvasu Nakshatra in first pada, it goes to the Aries Namansha. And when Jupiter goes into the Aries Namansha, it has to be careful with respect to his own belief system. He should not impose his belief system or his values or values about religion and spirituality upon others. He should have an open heart. Next is Jupiter into the second pada of Punarvasu Nakshatra, which is into the Taurus Namansha and which is ruled by Venus. So the placement of Venus becomes key for this Jupiter to give any kind of results. Okay, if it is conjunct with this or is present into the same pada, you can expect the best of the Jupiterian results. Next is third pada of the Punarvasu Nakshatra, which is ruled by Gemini, which is ruled by Mercury. Now here Jupiter becomes Vargottam. Jupiter becomes Vargottam into the Punarvasu Nakshatra third pada. Here you will expect the best of the Jupiterian qualities into this pada, like communication, wisdom, intelligence, values, moral, all these kind of things will be elevated for the social causes because of the air element. The sign of Gemini is ruled by Mercury. So it has all the significations of the Mercury: communication, networking, friendly approach, and youthfulness, fun loving, and love for the leisure activities, intelligence. All these things can be considered when we talk about Gemini. Gemini is a dual sign. What is this duality all about? We have talked about this in all our Gemini videos. You will always find the Gemini sign or any of the dual sign in between one fixed sign and the Chara sign. Let's talk about Gemini. Gemini is placed between the fixed sign of Taurus and the cardinal sign of Cancer. What are the other dual signs? Other dual signs are Virgo, which is between the fixed sign of Leo and the Chara sign of Libra. The next is Sagittarius, which is between the fixed sign of Scorpio and the Chara sign of Capricorn. Next is Pisces, which is between the fixed sign of Aquarius and the Aries cardinal sign. Okay, so you'll always see this pattern. And the importance of this duality is it allows the fixed steadfastness of the fixed signs, allows it for some adjustment to take it to the next cardinal sign. That's why this transition is super important, and dual sign plays an important role in this transition. Next is Gemini sign is air element sign. Air element signs are intelligent signs. What are the other air element signs? The Libra is air element, Aquarius, the genius sign, humanitarian liberal sign is also air element sign. So these air element signs are often about the social reforms, about the communication, is about the interaction, the social interaction, and intelligence is the key for the air element. And Gemini holds all these significations through its communication, networking, business strategies, and all that. Next is what happens when you have Jupiter into the sign of Gemini. Jupiter is the planet of wisdom. The planet of wisdom comes into the sign of intelligence. So these people are extremely intelligent because now Jupiter is into the air element sign, is conjunct with the Mercurian sign, and it gives the best of its wisdom. Now this Jupiter can spread his wisdom through the communication of the Gemini. The planet of expansion comes into the sign of intelligence. Now this intelligence, wisdom of Jupiter gets expanded. Now these people can reach out to more and more people. The great thing about the Jupiter into the sign of Gemini is these people are great student, as well as great teacher. Just like Sagittarius, we talked about Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a student for the life. At the same time, he is always leading from the front. He is leading us to an higher belief, to certain things which are higher than ourselves, like God, like that supernatural power, or universe, vibrations, frequencies, and those things which are hard to understand, but Sagittarius lead us to that position. While Gemini is great at teaching as well as learning. The person with the Jupiter into the sign of Gemini is a quick learner. Now wisdom comes into the quick, witty sign of Gemini. These people learn quickly. And with whatever, the best thing about Gemini is it has certain capacities, and whatever they have, the best part about this is they are able to share with lots of people through the communication. So they are not only great at something, but at the same time they are sharing that knowledge, they are sharing their genius with other people, and other people are also getting benefited by that. So it's a win-win situation for all of us. Next, the planet of spirituality and religion goes into the sign of intelligence and communication. Again, I'm emphasizing on the intelligence here. Now this becomes very important because the wisdom is getting connected with the intelligence. So now these people will go into the deepest mysteries of the religion. They will try to find the secrets of the religion. They will try to find out the interpretations of the different religions, and they will, here's the thing about Mercury. Mercury is great at learning the patterns. So these people are the people who will come up with such an observation which nobody has ever came across in the history, because now the wisdom is connected with the Mercury, which is great at learning the patterns. So they will have patterns like, whenever we had such and such event in the history, just after that we have this event, or right after the event of this we have this event within 10 years. Or they will have their own weird way of learning things, but that is incredibly useful for all of us who are studying history, religion, spirituality. Jupiter is also about our voice. Our vocal cords are ruled by Jupiter. You can go and watch my video on 5 elements. We have explained that how 5 elements work and what are the organs they follow. So Jupiter is the planet which signifies your voice. What? Yes, your vocal cords and your voice is ruled by Jupiter. So you have the planet of your voice coming into the sign of communication. What a beautiful combination. Jupiter is the planet of your voice. Your planet of voice conjuncts the sign which is all about communication. So these people are a great speaker. These people can articulate their point and express what exactly they mean, their wisdom, to the people. They have a very sweet voice. I won't say sweet, that is more of a Venus, but they have a soothing voice, a Jupiterian voice, which is calm and inspiring, and which helps understand the person who is listening to him easily. Jupiter into the sign of Gemini. When we talk about Rashis and when we talk about planets through Rashis, the most important thing is, what do you feel connected about these two significations is important. You have to imagine what would be the connecting points between the Jupiter and Gemini. And once you know that, you can connect for any of the Rashis. And so yes, this was Jupiter into the sign of Gemini, as much as I could hold, grasp and share with you guys. If you are new to Vedic astrology, these two videos on your screen, just go and watch them, will help you to dive deep into Vedic astrology, sending you tons of positive energies, sending you high vibrations. See you in the next videos. Love and